What's up? Welcome back to my channel, or for the first time if you're new, I'm Sylvan, and today I'm going to be reacting to the Genshin Impact Luna 4 version trailer, A Traveler on a Winter's Night. Normally I would react to the full special program, but I was out of town on vacation when the livestream happened, and since then have been spoiled to a good handful of things, including stuff like the new outfits for the Travelers, the new outfits for Nouvelette and Yao Yao, stuff like that, but the main thing I haven't seen is story and lore spoilers. So because of that, I decided it was probably going to be a little bit more interesting for me to just do the trailer and dig into that more specifically, and then I'll just watch the rest of the special program in my own time, because I already know a good amount of the details, and that wouldn't be that interesting to watch. So with that preamble out of the way, feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video, leave a comment on your thoughts, and consider becoming a channel member if you want to support me just that little bit extra. And let's get into this. Yes, Lantern Rite, of course.
Zhao lanterns and the wishes
good old Zhao lanterns
will be released into the sky.
Yep.
This year's Grand Lantern commemorates the Adeptus who guards the moon.
All right, and there's the Yao Yao outfit.
Live on the moon. So if it were ever in danger, I'm sure she wouldn't just stand by and watch.
The moon. Ooh, okay, so Nouvelette's at Lantern Rite.
What are those little creatures over there up to?
And of course, the new character, the name is escaping me right now. Interesting, a sky chariot.
Is this mortal realm?
Zibai, that's right. Okay. I have seen like nothing of her, so I'm excited to see this. Alright. I'm loving the music right now. Ooh. Pretty much the only thing is I know she does lunar reaction stuff, so looks really nice though. I really like the vibe of her animations.
The world outside is changing.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps it is wrong for your fate to become too entangled with the fate of any one world.
What's going on there?
The doctors left the experimental design bureau and headed to some research center up north.
Up north?
We need
new area
from Pyramida. The thought of innocent people dying,
yes, and then our other new character.
Meaningless calamities is something I can never accept.
Ooh, I like the voice. Iluga, yeah. Always nice to get more 4 stars. Also, I just really appreciate getting another Lightkeeper. Cool. Cool. Curious to learn more details of the kit. And then Columbina. The real focus character. At least I assume.
I used to think the name was nothing more than an alias.
Huh.
Something separate from oneself.
Tying into like that whole
but
thing.
After that night,
Yeah.
I will cherish it forever.
A name is something to cherish. It carries meaning. Ooh. Ooh, I love the music here. Ooh, love the fucking visuals of her kit. And she opens her eyes! Holy shit. Oh, hi, Albedo. Ooh, I love the look of her eyes. Wow.
Renowned Petrichor of the Noxitzenkreuz Order once foretold the fate of the world.
And there's the
Dark
outfits for
skies
us.
contain multiple moons. A long time ago, when I did my first scan, I detected 3, just as the legend said.
Okay. Ooh, what's
But
this
when I checked
environment?
again just now, I detected 4 moons.
The world is informed of the arrival of their new god.
Oh, whoa, that
Each
visual.
field is slowly growing, swallowing up more of the surrounding area in the
Uh-oh.
process. And the pace of their expansion has increased since we first examined them.
Oh.
He's probably trying to swallow Nodcry whole.
What the fuck are you up to,
One of
Dottore?
our troops turn into a monster?
Ooh.
Right now, obtaining the 3 moons is the doctor's #1 priority.
I do not see that enemy
He can only
yet.
get his hands on 2 of them. He'll create a 3rd one himself.
He's
Oh,
gone
whoa.
full psycho. The
I'm loving these
experimental
designs.
design bureau, It's been swallowed up by Dottore's energy field. If
Okay.
I'd left it in longer, I probably would have gotten stuck there.
All
If this
right.
continues, the whole of Tevat will be in trouble. Not just Nodcry.
Once again,
When he
world-ending
eventually
threat.
reaches us, we will have to fight him.
Yeah.
You were an angel once and a mage now. I'm asking you to lend us
Nicole.
your protection.
May the
Okay.
angel's blessing deliver you safely to your destination.
Good to see that we're keeping Varka and Nicole involved. Very much appreciate it.
On Lantern Rite, the moon
And then we
shall
go back to
dark.
Lantern, right?
All our sources indicate the phenomenon's gonna
Huh.
happen again. I'm not
A
sure
phenomenon?
this bodes well.
When that
Okay.
happens, the cage will open.
Cage?
That is also the moment where all could be lost.
Allow me to show you the world, Descender.
Ooh.
It's watching us.
Show
That's
us the
not in
world.
anyone's gaze. The Torah
Okay.
is too powerful. Fighting him is futile.
Uh-huh.
You son of a... He's done something to us.
To us? Ooh, I love that effect, that glitch.
The experiment.
Ooh, what the fuck is that design? Holy shit, what has he done?
Show me how long you can struggle before you drown.
What is happening? He fucking tore open the false guy. Ooh, I love that design. I love the mask, the mismatched arms, like the one glowing one. Ooh.
So he wasn't bluffing. He really built that.
She's fucking teleporting around.
I am growing weary of your stubborn resistance.
Holy shit. Varka! Do we get to see
Once
some
I
action from Varka?
transcend
Please
fate,
tell me.
You will be nothing but fodder
Arlecchino!
for my grand experiment.
Oh, this is gonna get fucking hype! So as to be expected with a version that has Lantern Rite in it, this version trailer is very much split between two different settings and storylines. And that is also represented in our banners with our two new characters. Zebai, though she seems to have plenty of connections to the moon still, is obviously going to be connected predominantly to the Lantern Rite storyline that we get this year. And then of course the other half is the main story, the Nod Cry story, with Columbina and to an extent Iluga presumably being the key players in this version related to that. But where Lantern Rite seems to pretty much be the usual fare, probably gonna be some lore, gonna introduce us to the new character, show off the new skins, have some fun interactions. That's really what that's probably gonna be, and hence why we don't see a ton of it here. There's some hints at what we might get into there, but it's ultimately left as the secondary thing, seeing as this version is seemingly sort of the climax to the Nod Cry arc. We don't know that for certain, I suppose. They might say so in the special program. I don't know, I haven't watched it yet, but at least based on the events currently happening in this trailer, it feels very much like the climax. And very much so, the main story is what I want to touch on in relation to this trailer. Obviously, this is the version where Dottore takes the spotlight, where he becomes truly the main antagonist directly. He's been a threat before, a sort of background antagonist plenty of times, but now he's really stepping up his game, stepping into the limelight, and becoming the villain that we need to defeat, which I really am excited for. Dottore has been one of the more interesting and fun villains of Genshin so far in his limited appearances, so I cannot wait to see more of him. But to sort of figure out a little bit of what's going on here, it seems like following losing Columbina's power, he is still very much a threat, obviously. He has the power of 2 Moon Marrows, which based on a line in this trailer, seems to be enough for him to potentially create the power of a 3rd. That, in all likelihood, is what that 4th moon that Columbina detects, that she mentions in another line in this trailer, is. The 4th moon being Dottore's moon, a sign of his newly acquired divinity to a degree. Hence this line, the world is informed of the arrival of their new god. It's said by Dottore, and I imagine he is speaking of himself. It very much seems like his goal is to ascend, pretty much. We already know he's done plenty of stuff in line with experimentation with ascension into divinity, particularly in the Sumeru plotline with Scaramouche, but now it seems he's attempting it on himself, going fully rogue, harnessing the power he has snatched from us to achieve that goal of ascension. It may be for some greater goal that we do not yet know of, or it might just be a vie for power. That is something we will have to see once we get into the actual story, but the effects of it are clear. There are these weird spheres that are appearing and growing and consuming everything in Nod Cry, a threat that might threaten the entire world if not put in check. Almost certainly caused by Dottore. Whether it is part of the process of his ascension or a sign of his ascension is to be seen. Either could work, but it very tangibly shows us a threat. of what his ascension means. And alongside that, we have these seemingly new abyss creatures, potentially caused by Dottore, but perhaps another possibility is that these are a sign of Rerir's return, perhaps. It may be possible that Rerir is finding his way back to Teyvat, and these are harbingers of his return. It's hard to say. All we know is that it seems like maybe the context is that these are transformed people, but also it's always good to acknowledge that the lines and visuals of these trailers often will not line up in the actual in-game content and will be entirely different scenarios. So I don't want to put too much faith in what line goes with what visual, but regardless of what the details of what's going on actually are, it does seem like Dottore will ascend to some degree by the end of the story. Whether we can stop him in the process of that ascension, or shortly after his ascension we can put him down, is to be seen, but I love the design we have for what I assume is that ascended version of him. There is this sort of feeling of divinity with his mismatched glowing arms and these almost halo-like crescent symbols behind him, obviously representing the moons he holds now power over, but it does give a bit of that effect. It's a great extension of his pre-existing design in my mind. And ultimately, coming back to this line near the very end, it does seem like he is attempting to transcend fate, go beyond destiny itself, break free from the binds of this world, and seemingly is for the purpose of a grand experiment. But paired with this line is us getting a sequence of various characters that presumably are going to be helping us. It's pretty much everybody that we've gotten to know at this point in the Nodcry story. There's Varka, there's Nicole, there's Arlecchino, there's a moment with Scaramouche, there's also Sandrone, of course, and Polonia. Notably also a moment of seemingly Polonia destroyed, or at least damaged. But all of this points to this being a very climactic moment, and I can't wait to see some of these characters really sort of go all out to protect Nodcry, to stop the Doctor. I feel like for a few of these characters, we really haven't gotten a chance to see what they're truly capable of. Mainly the examples that come to mind for me are Varka and Nicole, but I equally am excited to see what Arlecchino and Scaramouche do in this storyline, because at this point, both of them very much have a bone to pick with Dottore. Scaramouche, we've known his intent for revenge for a long while, but Arlecchino, and to an extent Sandrone, have recently come to hate him very similarly, where for Scaramouche, the Doctor's slights were against him directly. To Arlecchino and Sandrone, one of their friends among the Harbingers was taken away from them. Just as they were sending Columbina off, the Doctor snatched her away, and so I'm excited to see all of their distinctly different and unique reactions and drives to stop the Doctor. It seems like it's going to be really exciting, really fun, really interesting, and I cannot wait to play through the story on stream. And then, of course, there's also all of the Lantern Rite stuff, which I'm curious to see how it ties into the moon lore, given that Jabai seems to be the guardian of the moon, is the vibe that we're going for. I know that we've had tidbits of lore about her in the game for a while. I just don't necessarily know them super strongly, so I'm excited to learn more about her. And that is ultimately sort of the vibe from this trailer, I'd say. So with all that in mind, feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment on your thoughts, and very special thanks to all of my channel members, including Amorphosilica, Desaize, and Pokolove101 at the normal tier, and Kano Nano at the cool person tier. Really appreciate your support, as always, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye!